Welcome to What's What. I'm your host, Benji, obviously, and always we got the fabulous producer Josh. How's it going?
Good, Benji. How are you?
Good. Let's go straight into it. You excited?
Excited. I'm actually really am. I kind of want to know what's happening in the boxing world.
Well, yeah, know what's what, you know?
Correct. Sorry. Yeah. What's what?
Yeah. Straight into it. Let's go into screen share. So today we're going to talk about Patrick Mailata's most recent fight. We spoke about this last time, how Patrick Mailata had a fight last weekend, or last time we said it was this weekend, now we're in last weekend. Fights results have not been put on BoxRec, but I have exclusive footage, you know, never to be seen apart from all the people who are friends with Terrell Jamal Woods, because it's coming from his Facebook, but hey, exclusive footage.
So what does that P stand for on the result? What does that mean? Oh,
so I guess it's to be played, I guess. Participating, I don't know.
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that.
I don't know what the P actually stands for.
Is that pending? Like, do you think that means pending?
Yeah, pending. Yes, pending.
Okay.
Pending.
So the outcome wasn't decided on the night?
No. So pending means that BoxRec has not actually received the results yet. But we already know what. Well,
I actually don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you today.
All right, here we go.
But before we do that, let's have a look at Terrell Jamal Woods' background, because yes, his record is 27 wins, 49 losses, and 9 draws. It's actually kind of like a Daniel Maxwell sort of record, but like in his last few, I don't know why this went into his profile. I've got his profile all set up right here. In his last few fights, like look at that. Look at this fight here. He fought someone that was 30-0. And he won by unanimous decision over 4 rounds. So he's not like some sort of spring. He's not like, you know, some easy walkover, you know?
You mean he fought JD? So JD Chapman was undefeated until he fought Terrell?
Yes. And then Terrell defeated him by a unanimous decision.
Man, that must be heartbreaking for like JD Chapman, expecting to fight like a journeyman, and then he comes in and wins.
Exactly. And then he fought this guy in August last year, won his first boxing title for the ABF United States heavyweight title. You know, just one of those American boxing sanctioning bodies. But like, you know, he, as you can see here, he's had a lot of losses, a lot of wins. He'll have like a loss, win, a loss, win, loss. And against, these are like really good losses that being against credible opponents, and his wins that he has are against like quite credible people as well, and draws, you could say, as well. 6-1, not too bad for a record. 23-4 wins. You know, like looking at random people here, 23-5. You know, so they're not actually like against nobodies all the time. They're actually decent wins, and they're decent losses as well. So,
and he could be getting better in time, right? Like, you know, he might have started off, you know, had a rough patch, and maybe found ways, you know, maybe switched trainers. Who knows what could have happened, right? But maybe he's improving.
Well, I like to call him as like these are proper journeymen. Like I like to call them more gatekeepers, because if you can beat him, then you can actually say that you deserve to get past him and go on to fight bigger and better people. But if you can't get past them, then what's the point of being in boxing? Look at JD Chapman, because like if you look at his record, they're mostly well, I don't know, I haven't actually probably looked against well, there's one good one. I guess there's a couple of good ones there, but I'll look at those first couples, like debut, and like he actually started quite early, I guess. Now looking at it, that is quite interesting. He hasn't fought since 2008, fought again in 2021. So you know, he had a long layoff and then randomly came back. But you know, we're not talking about him. So you want to see some of the fight?
Yeah, I'm still kind of curious as to know who won, but yeah, here we go.
So this is the fight here. We're actually viewing from
Is this filmed from
Terrell.
Sky TV? This
No.
is Sky TV, right?
Yes, this is Sky TV. You can see that's the camera there, right there. That's Sky
Yeah,
TV's
right
camera
there. There we go. Yeah. That's Deontay Wilder filming.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we're looking in the perspective of Patrick Mailata's opponent's corner. We're not going to play some of the audio that's coming out of there because, well, you could probably look on Facebook yourself and you can see some colorful language.
So
The
this is like the
the
ABA,
people.
maybe, right? Like the ABA of Utah.
Well, it is in Salt Lake City. I don't know whereabouts, but
Here we go.
yeah, I throughout the fight, I actually judged it myself. And do I watch the whole video or just see how
No,
they go?
I mean, is how long is it? Like, do they go the distance or
Yeah,
is it?
they go the full 4 rounds. Like
Okay.
the full 4 rounds. So we'll just talk a little bit about it. It's like halfway through the fight, you can see both boxers getting quite tired. Patrick, this is the heaviest he's ever
Yeah, you can tell
fought
that.
at. He's at 147 kgs in this fight, which is the heaviest he has in his pro career. I think the heaviest he's been before is 130. So like 17 kgs heavier than he usually is. He's getting on his way to being at Conrad Lamb's levels in ways of chunkiness. So yeah, we'll fast forward a little bit near the end if I can actually get there. We don't want to look at their trainer's ass. So yeah, from my score, I scored it 39-37. Two judges scored it, if we stop looking at that guy's leg, two judges scored it 40-36, which I don't actually think, which was actually a good. I mean, Patrick definitely won the fight, but
Okay, there we go.
I think Patrick didn't win every single round, and one judge scored it 38-38 as a draw. So me saying 39-37 is a good in between. I think definitely he deserved the win. So yeah, he won by majority decision, Patrick Mailata.
Majority decision. Okay, should have been unanimous, right? I mean, Patrick is a good fighter, right?
Yeah, well, I don't see Jamal. I keep on. Am I actually even saying his name right?
What's his name? It's Terrell Jamal Woods, aka yes. Pretty Boy Knockout.
Yeah, well, I don't think Terrell actually won the fight. Definitely not. But I don't think Patrick won every single round. So
and how many rounds was it? Did you say 4?
4. Though that third round was pretty close, but I still think Terrell at most won that third round, and it was the rest Patrick. But by that third and fourth round, Patrick was so tired. I mean, in that last round, his hands was mostly down by his side. So, you can see that. You can see some of his action there. So if you want to actually go on to actually see Patrick's fight, this fight here, you can actually go onto Facebook, look up, I think it's Jamal Woods or Terrell Woods. Just look up his Facebook page and you can actually find this and you can watch it yourself.
There you go. So if you want to go and score it yourself and, see how close you had it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, like, shall we just fast forward to the moment where they actually announced?
Yeah. This is pretty interesting though. This is good investigative work. I don't know how you found it.
Oh, it took me ages because there's no actual articles on of this fight at all. BoxRec didn't have it. It just was almost impossible to find. So
I was kind of expecting some fancy location, Salt Lake City, Utah, but it kind of looks like an underground 8 Mile kind of place.
Right, you want to do some 8 Mile rapping?
It just kind of looks. It looks a bit underground, not the big stage, but I guess it's something. It's good experience. It's shake the rust off.
Yeah. I'm still looking.
I wonder whether the camera just is on the ground or.
Oh no, here we go. Yeah, they just put.
Do they do a post-fight interview with them?
On the ground and. No. It was just because remember we're looking at Terrell Jamal Woods' corner here, so When they actually announced the fight, the coach was saying, "Oh, this is some bullshit right here.
Give me your little.
Bullshit."
Give me your little.
Actually, let's see if I can do that. Let's see. Oh, I put on mute, haven't I? Yeah, here we go.
40-36 in favor of your winner, fighting out of their red corner.
So there you go. Did you hear that?
Yeah. That's first class commentary, man. You know.
That's some bullshit. All right.
You gotta remember how to you need to do that next time you do the commentary.
Oh, if I ever get back in it, I've been waiting for my chance to be behind the mic at some sort of boxing event, and one day, if I disagree with the judges, I'm gonna be
do the line.
That's some bullshit.
All right, we're gonna move right on.
Okay, but okay, it was a close fight, I guess. You know, I mean, based on the commentary.
I don't think it was a close fight. I think like Terrell Jamal won one round, and the rest was Patrick Mailata.
Gotcha. Okay.
And even saying that though, even the coaches throughout the fight was like, this is not what we're trained for, and like even them themselves is not, they weren't expecting a win, but yet they was like, that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay,
hey, but yeah, I'm grateful to them for the footage. At least we get to see it.
Going on, we covered about the fact that Waikato is fighting again again, I apologize for the mispronunciation of Chris Terezevitsky. I'm almost there. I think I'm almost there. I think I did better than last week.
That sounds pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. The big update for this event is that, you probably saw it before I actually said it, is Willis Meehan is making his in-ring return against the Fijian James Singh. We haven't actually seen Willis Meehan in quite a while now, since April 2021. What's his name? Brian Amatrudo, I think his promoter is, his current promoter. Yeah, Amatrudo. He's actually, I believe, signed Willis Meehan to be his most regular promoter now. And yeah, he calls Willis the best in Australia. I believe they actually find it difficult to find matching for Willis Meehan as well, because you know about Willis Meehan, right?
Yes, he's Kali Meehan's son. He's fought on the undercard of Joseph Parker.
And he's also, Kali Meehan fought Joseph Parker, and like, didn't Willis Meehan had like a little thing? It was like, he just had like a little thing at you about saying, hey, he just had a fight, don't come talking to my father. And Kali was like, no, it's all right. Didn't that happen or something like that?
Something like, I can't exactly recall. But
it's
yeah, but
YouTube.
I did ask.
Kali, that was a great fight.
Yeah. Not great for me.
No, but
tough night.
There's nothing to be ashamed of. You came back, the first round I thought you were gone, but you came right back,
You're telling him nothing to be ashamed of?
Yeah, there was nothing.
Yeah, you telling he doesn't know that?
I look
He's been all around the world fighting all these years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. I agree totally.
All good.
How do you sum that up yourself, Kali?
Youth.
But I did ask him at the time. I was like, hey, did you maybe want to fight Parker, to redeem, like, for redemption? And he did look forward to it. Like, he was like, yeah, most definitely.
Like I said before the fight, what he's done.
Just a quick question, Willis. Do you think you might get a chance to maybe avenge your father's loss, like against the fight with Parker one day?
Yeah, of course. Me and Joseph are going to cross paths eventually one day. Whether it's, sooner or later, it's to be known. I guess it's just I'm gonna make myself fit and ready.
Yeah. And the opportunity to avenge the loss. So it's gonna be a pretty amazing fight to watch, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's something to look forward to, huh?
It is. He's got some big plans for him at the moment, I guess, and so do I. So whatever takes us to our meeting one day. I know we're gonna meet in the ring. So
well, I see him as like incredible talent, and I was actually there when he made his debut against Will Quarry. It was an amazing fight. I was there at North Shore Event Centre. It was actually the first boxing event I have ever gone to live at that Super 8, where think it was Shane Cameron versus Carly Meehan, and who else was it? Was it David Allure versus? I'm trying to remember at the top of my head. David Allure versus Anthony McCracken. So like that was a great night. That was my first time at a boxing event. I was very excited for that. But yeah, I've always been keeping a close eye with Willis Meehan because I think he's got a massive future in boxing. I wish we could actually see him more active as well.
Yeah. And I'm looking at James Singh. He seems to have he fought Dave Light.
I was there, as you can see. Look, oh, what's that? What's that over there? What's that, Josh? What's that over there, Josh? Josh, what's that?
Wait, I need to do this. Oh, look at that. So okay, so you were the ref. Okay.
I was the judge. I wasn't a ref. I was the judge.
Sorry, man. You're the judge. Yeah.
Like they didn't need my scorecard because he got knocked out in the first round. John Conway was the referee. But yeah, he's had 3 losses. All of them were in Australia. Here's the thing with Fijian boxers that I've seen with Australian fighters. Here's the controversy moment right here. Controversy music. No, it's not that controversial. Just being honest. What they like to do is they like to take someone from Fiji, bring them over, and kind of like get an easy win because they think that Fijian boxers are going to be an easy win, and they'll build their records like this. They'll have someone that's had a built record in Fiji, and then they'll bring them over and lock them out. So there's a couple of issues that's surrounding them. And in saying that, I think New Zealand does a similar thing. I mean, like they kind of did that with David Light. He had 3 wins. David Light brought him over and knocked him out. So I don't know. There could be. Is that Fiji's fault? Is that Australia's fault for their matching? Is there some sort of ethics that's kind of involved there? Or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a global thing, right? Like there's fighters and they have really good records, but then again, who have they fought? And if they have kind of 7-0, and they're gonna get picked up. Doesn't matter whether it's Fiji. Doesn't matter it's New Zealand fighters. Like they're looking for those kind of records. So I don't think it's like a Fiji kind of issue. Like I just think it's just about padded records. I mean, that's a whole nother topic, right?
Yeah. Well, in saying that, though, I have to admit, Willis Meehan, he's born in New Zealand. He's brought up in Sydney, Australia, but he's actually he's a Fijian descendant, like Carly Meehan is a descendant of Fiji.
That's right. Okay.
The more you know.
Yeah. So when was the last time he fought? So he fought. Okay. So
right there.
So
he fought against a New Zealander.
Patrick
I
Thunder.
think he's New Zealand. Yeah, Patrick Thunder. I wonder if his name is actually Thunder. It probably isn't it? No, it's not. No, his last name is Tato. But yeah, he fought against a New Zealander, Patrick Thunder. That was in April last year. Another big
and then
thing.
Hunter Sam was a good fighter.
That was a really good fight, not just because of the fight itself. I mean, he kind of stopped in the first round, but Hunter Sam actually fought Carly Meehan in the Super 8. Do you remember the very first Super 8 with all those heavyweights? Had Hunter Sam, had Carly Meehan, obviously, Anthony Nansen. Hey, let's just actually just bring up that lineup. There we go. Look at those amazing legends that were on there. And Michael Sprout, Bryce Coe, who fought he fought Joseph Parker, Alonzo Butler. Like these are like legends here. Martin Rogan, and of course
Joe
like Hassan Rahman, who actually fought David Tour as well, and like Anthony. Look at that record, 3-3, defeating 58-2.
My goodness, wow!
But like that's looking back, and how far back was that? Like, wasn't that 2013 or something like that? 2014. So, wow, that was going back in history.
You can easily get distracted with BoxRec. Like you can just keep going and going, and checking out the event, checking out the promoter. Like, yeah.
And I'm just like, letting you know these random facts that I do remember that Hunter Sam fought both Willis Meehan and Cully Meehan, the father-son duo,
Yeah.
But I think I am looking forward to seeing more of Willis Meehan because I am a massive fan of him. I'm looking forward to see what more we can see from Willis Meehan. I think he can actually go all the way to top 10, even the world title shot one day, because he's a good puncher.
Yeah. There's that famous this footage on the channel where he was kind of pleading with the ref to stop the fight.
Yes, that was again when David Craig was refereeing that fight. That was this fight right here, 30 seconds into the second round. He was kind of like, everyone thought that fight should have stopped in the first round. It probably should have stopped halfway through, but he specifically at the end of that round, that last 10 seconds, he was getting absolutely annihilated. What's his name? Lemmy Taito was getting absolutely annihilated by Willis Meehan in that corner, and like it should have been stopped like before the bell even rang. Like as soon as the bell rang, he should have just completely waved off. But then David Craig let the fight to go on to another round, and like after 30 seconds of being annihilated in the corner, David Craig finally waved it off, and Willis Meehan said, "Stop the fucking fight." Like that was like this a good example of bad refereeing right there. So
yeah, but it speaks to the the quality of human being that Willis Meehan has. Like he seems like a good lad.
Just about your fight as well. You seemed a little angry with the ref. I mean, were you upset that he didn't stop it early? I mean, was that what it was?
Yeah, I was very angry. My job's to fight.
Exactly.
Lemmy's job's to fight. The ref's job's to protect us.
Yeah.
It's not
He took a little too late, you think?
Yeah, way too many. He should have stopped the fight at the first round, but Lemmy's safe. I haven't seen him up to the fight. He's in good nick, so that's a fight business.
Yeah. It was nice to see a fellow boxer care for another boxer, so that was cool.
Yeah, we're just humans.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
man.
You did come to one from us.
I did.
So
also
looking forward to seeing.
Also reminds me of Chris Eubank. I don't know which particular fight he was, but his father, who was cornering him, said
Correct.
if the referee is not going to stop the fight, you're just going to end up killing him from all these headshots. So don't go to the head, go to the body. So it just kind of reminds me of that a little bit.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're looking forward to Willis Meehan. I did hear a rumor that in the future Willis Meehan might get a Lucas Brown fight for the WBA Oceania title, but that's just a rumor. I would absolutely love to see that fight. I mean, that's a very thirsty fight for me. Like I would love to see that.
Yeah, I think Junior Fa was calling out Lucas Brown, so
Well,
yeah, a couple of matchups with Lucas Brown that we all kind of want to see.
I mean, like anyone from Junior Fa to Hemia here, Willis Meehan, I would love to see them quite active. Kiki Toilatali, I would like to see him fight. All these great, amazing heavyweight boxers that just need more fights,
Yeah, maybe eventually we might see Willis Meehan versus Junior Fa. That would be a pretty good fight.
Yes, that would be interesting. I mean, like he's the same height as Joseph Parker, Willis Meehan, I believe. So that would be an interesting fight to see how Willis Meehan would go against Junior Fa. I don't think he's ready right now. I think he's about James saying he needs to fight Lucas Brown. If he defeats Lucas Brown, then he might be ready for Junior Fa, but he's not ready right now, and that's because I think he needs more rounds, and that's simply because Junior Fa just he's just a warhorse right there. Last topic for today, we're going for Tyson Turner. He's going to go, Tyson Turner, he is a kickboxer who turned professional boxing. He used to fight, I believe he used to fight out of South Auckland Liga, if you know Terry Tateru. He is the Australasian super middleweight champion. He's going up against Jade Mitchell, who I believe he hasn't fought for a while either. No, not since 2020. So this is actually quite a dangerous fight. It's a very risky fight, but Jade Mitchell 20-2 going up against Tyson Turner 7-1, 6-round fight, and it is actually a very risky fight. But I think Tyson Turner could do it.
7-1 and 20-2. Okay.
Both boxers haven't been that active. Tyson Turner hasn't fought since April 2021. Jade Mitchell hasn't fought since February 2020. So I guess Tyson Turner has more of the activeness behind him, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. It's always about how you prepare yourself going into the fight. So this is going to be quite interesting. It'll be like if this is the biggest test for Tyson Turner. If Tyson Turner can overcome Jade Mitchell, he would be ready for more international opponents.
All right, let's see whether Tyson Turner can turn the tide. I've always wanted to use that phrase.
Dear God. So this is going to be one of Matt Rose and George Rose's shows. This is happening on the 30th of March, so it's going to be televised in Australia. I don't know if we're going to get it. I believe the main event is the Harry Garceed. He's the one that went to the Olympics. I think he won a medal. I'm not entirely sure. He probably has been, because this is the second fight he's already going for an Australian national championships, which generally that's what it means. So that's the main event of that fight, and obviously Sam Goodman versus Fumiya Fuse. I'm very bad at pronunciation. I apologize to everyone who I offend. So yeah, that's the show that's going to be on. It's just going to be very interesting how Tyson Turner goes up against Jay Mitchell.
Yeah, and hopefully you can find some footage from the opponent's coach, and we can kind of watch it.
Yeah, and then we can do our own little commentary over.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was awesome.
That's a quick show. I feel like our shows are slowly, getting quicker and quicker.
Nah, that was quite long, I think. But we covered 3 important pieces of news, boxing news. So there you go.
Yes, boxing news. Yeah. We'd like to see more comments into our comment section. If you leave a comment, we will actually look at it and we will put the spotlight onto it, because we want to know who's talking to us. We want people to talk to us. Do you want people to talk to us?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yes, that's very infusing. We want people to talk to us. Yes. Yes, we like hearing people's comments. Private, not so private, comments anywhere you like. Comment on Facebook, comment on Twitter. We probably won't look at Twitter. Comment on Pornhub. We won't look at Pornhub, or maybe Josh might, but I'm not. So just send those comments through and we will, try do something about it. Okay. So yeah, that's it for today's show. Is there any comments that you want to leave? Speaking about comments, is there any comments you want to leave, Josh?
Nah, just keep watching. Hit that subscribe button, and tune in next week.
Tune in next week to see what's what.